Philadelphia 76ers starting lineup. Starting at shooting guard.
And this is it. A long time coming. The start of the NBA preseason. We know you've missed your hoops, and so have we. So let's get to it. With Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, a man who once said he will never write another traditional sports column. Please don't say that. So, Bill Simmons, don't say that.
Well, now you just have to tweet. You need 280 characters, and you can pretend you're a writer.
What do you think of social media?
I actually think for basketball, it's been a huge advantage. And it hasn't been a huge advantage for a lot of other things, but I think it's made basketball a lot more fun. I do worry, though, sometimes that people are just watching their Twitter feed over the games. I still think there's an advantage for people who actually are watching what's going on versus watching people's reactions to what's going on.
Interesting. We're inside the Wells Fargo Center, live from Philadelphia. It's the 76ers. And this is where the work begins, getting into form for their first exhibition game.
Yeah, and for the players, it's a big moment. The camps are coming to a close. All the offseason speculation and rumors die down, and they can get back to doing what they love, just playing basketball.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Bledsoe is out there with Matthews. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Middleton in at the 4 slot. And here's Embiid. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Richardson, and blocked by Lopez.
And you got to appreciate the length Lopez has. He's effective at using it to stifle shooters.
The Bucks building the roster around length and athleticism, Bill. That was a key reason they drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, but I mean, I did that draft. He went 15th, and basically it looked like he was playing in the YMCA against ninth graders. We had no idea.
In the Greek League.
Yeah, after the lottery, you're throwing stuff against the wall. It was right around the right time to take him. I don't think they had any idea what they took. And also, he grew 3 inches after they took him.
It's amazing.
It is one of the most unbelievable draft picks in the history of the league. It really is. They drafted not just the best player in that draft at pick 15, but they drafted one of the franchise players of this decade with this flyer pick on this 6'9" dude from Greece, and was a success story even if he became an all-star. And it's gone way beyond that.
Now here is Harris. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo, Harris kicks to Richardson. And there's the pass to Embiid. Second chance shot, and the layup is up and in.
Oh, how about the length of Embiid? I mean, it's tough to deal with. Outstanding, using it to gobble up offensive rebounds.
Bledsoe against Simmons. No good from Bledsoe.
Not the tightest of D on him, but not the best of finishes either.
Wasted no time on that one. Harris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Bledsoe, here we go. The wide open look here for Lopez. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist.
Ready to shoot once he catches it. Lopez has tremendous confidence in his scoring ability.
Richardson kicks to Simmons. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Bledsoe. Matthews finds Antetokounmpo, and it goes down 2 points. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here's Embiid. Outside, Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
What about the speed and the muscle Simmons has? I mean, it makes defenders nervous, if you ask me. Such a difficult matchup.
And you look at the talent level, Bill, for the Bucks, very high. Some people felt they underachieved last season. What do you think?
Well, they had some coaching issues, and by issues, I mean they barely had a coach. And this year they have addressed that and tried to get a more competent coach. But, you know, I think when you fire a coach midseason, then you bring in a new point guard midseason, you have a young player who's not quite ready to be a super-duper star yet. It was predictably rocky. I thought they should have beaten the Celtics in the first round. They just kind of weren't ready to do it yet, and they got outcoached.
Great analysis. Milwaukee making a switch here. Hill's checked in. That one is no good.
And the chance to take the lead gets away because of the miss.
And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Bounce pass onto Antetokounmpo. Matthews, no good. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Harris's shot is off. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, guarded by Harris. Harris against Antetokounmpo. To the inside. The kick out to Matthews. Trying to get open is Lopez. And Matthews gets it to go in on the assist by Lopez.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Down low, here's Harris. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harris has got 5.
Whether it's inside or outside, Harris remains steady and ready to shoot the ball. He definitely has the trust of his teammates and coach.
Now here's Matthews to the paint. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Simmons inside. Lopez covering. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Embracing the physicality of the game. Simmons, he's used to getting knocked around a bit on the way up, but he's okay.
Always a spirited debate, Bill, around the NBA. Which team was the best ever? I know you have an opinion on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I used to feel really strongly about my opinion on this, but I think basketball has changed so much over this decade that I'm not even positive how you could compare what this Warriors team is versus what I always thought the 86 Celtics were the best team. But the 86 Celtics were built, I always compared it to a hockey team on a power play where you're just trying to get closer and closer to the net and crowd the net. And they were just built around getting layups and the best possible shots. The Warriors are built around math and shooting threes and spacing the floor. And if you took the 86 Celtics and indoctrinated them in that style for 5 years, they all would have been shooting threes, and they probably would have done it better than the Warriors, but I don't know. So I almost have like the before-after with theirs. I think the Warriors are the best team of the math era, but I still think the 86 Celtics were the best start-to-finish season anyone's had. The dark horse for me was the 01 Lakers, the second Lakers team. When Shaq and Kobe, they had won the year before, rocky first few months, and then they figured out whatever they needed to figure out, and Phil Jackson probably sprinkled some Zen fairy dust on them or whatever he did, and they just ripped through the league. And they came very close to going undefeated in the playoffs. So that would be my dark horse.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
And we're just unstoppable. All the role players are really good. They had Big Shot Rob on that team, and Fisher, and Brian Shaw, Rick Fox. Like, that was a really good team. But I still think the 86 Celtics, having 4 Hall of Famers in the front court, DJ, Danny Ainge, the home court advantage, Bird at his peak of his powers, like, I would still say that.
Richardson the pass to Harris. Here's Embiid. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Embiid's got his second bucket of the night. Now we've seen some top prospects forego college, enter the G League straight out of high school. What do you think is the future of the G League, and do you like where it sits right now?
I do. I wish they spent more money on salaries.
I agree.
I wish they blew it out. I mean, I think this is the first year we've had 30 G League teams. This should be the #1 place you'd want to go after high school. You should not want to go to college. You should want to go to a AAA awesome league that's set up.
And they're bringing kids up and down off that G League roster all the time.
It's just better, and you're going to have a better chance to succeed as a professional basketball player. You see the situation we're in now with the one-and-done guys. They go to college. They show up in September. They're playing all the way through till March. Whenever they get knocked out, they drop out of college. And they might last, till round 2 in the tournament, which is March 20th?
Right.
And they're out. So they've been in college for 6.5 months. How's that a good system? They didn't even finish 2 semesters. So I would much rather see the G League work, and I don't understand why they don't spend a little more on it and just make it like a force. I don't think the moves are that hard.
That's good from Horford on the assist by Harris.
Well, everyone knows that Horford relishes any chance he gets down low.
Hill looking around. He kicks it to Middleton. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Richardson. Embiid wide open. Sinks the triple. Embiid's got 7 points.
And when Embiid is connecting from deep, watch out. I mean, he knows he must be more consistent from it.
Hill with it. Now guarded by Simmons. For 3, Middleton. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 4. Harris outside. In the corner, it's Richardson. 76ers moving the ball around. That one drops for him. Horford's got his second basket.
Well, there's just no slowing down Horford or any big man for that point when he gets in that deep. The defense is there, but he's just the master at taking the strong inside.
Now, here is Hill. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And he gets it to go. And the Bucks lead by 4.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, both teams have come out with solid offensive strategies. And then, of course, the guys are finishing.
Simmons on the wing. He's guarded by Hill. From 11 feet away, rebound Milwaukee. Getting their first look, a preseason look at the 76ers here.
Yeah, a good matchup. These are two teams that played each other to a draw in the regular season last year.
Now here's Matthews. Outside, Simmons. Passes to Horford. Over Middleton. Horford gets the bucket.
The world changes every decade.
I know.
And you got to change with it. And the reality is esports is one of the biggest things we have now. And if you're under 15, you're way more likely to play video games and be good at that than you are to do anything else. So why wouldn't we be able to benefit from that? The whole esports in general, just the audiences they're getting and as a spectator event, that's been building. So why wouldn't that work for college?
That free throw good from Ilyasova. Thinking about how much sports video gaming has changed over the decades, Bill. Can you imagine a 13, 14-year-old Bill Simmons with the 2K product? You would just be all over that, wouldn't you?
You have no idea, Kevin Harlan. I was there for every step of the video game revolution. I had a television and an Atari. I had Nintendo. I had Super Nintendo. I had all 3 of the first PlayStations.
You played them all the time.
I played entire Madden seasons on the treadmill when I was like in my early 30s. Try playing any video game on the treadmill. Try it and try not falling off. It's impossible.
I'm sure
I've been there every step of the way. I am pro esports. Basketball, I'm jealous of the people who can play 2K well because there's just, not sound like an old guy, but so many buttons and so many things to remember. I'm always so impressed when people I just remember all the combinations and stuff. I'm jealous.
Like your son does it.
My son
he plays
can do it.
I know it.
But I could have done it. I know
you could have.
I want to take 1984 me out of a time machine and just give me this game. I would have unleashed.
Yeah, but 13-year-old Bill Simmons would like what 40-year-old Bill Simmons is.
13-year-old Bill Simmons would be amazed that 48-year-old Bill Simmons was getting paid to do anything. He would really be excited about that. Just that he wasn't living at home. We would have been fired up.
Pass to Ennis. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Ilyasova. Bucks leading by 3. To the wing on the left. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 6th assist on the night.
And that was the correct play to make. George Hill, a very discerning playmaker.
Burke looking over the floor. Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Yeah, guys, and his teammates love it. That'll get him a few big pats on the back.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ilyasova. T's checked in for Simmons. Bucks on defense, leading by 5. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the first. Shot clock at 5. Here's Burke. The rebound by the Bucks.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
The shot that time, not on target. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
NBA preseason action underway once again. Glad to have you with us. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, right. Only the first quarter. Don't over-panic, but it seems like their strategy is working. We'll see if the other side can counter.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Robin Lopez out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Bledsoe. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. And here are the 76ers now. After Eric Bledsoe's score. T, guarded by Bledsoe. Here's T. And that one comes up a bit short.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Bledsoe outside. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. And it's Burke with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 10-point game. The pass to Ennis. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Ennis has got it back down to single digits for the 76ers. Milwaukee's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the three ways. If I'm getting to know you, what are the three things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other two things for me were sports, pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times, all that stuff. And, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. Fifth on the list, the 76ers.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
And that one's good. Burke.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Bledsoe kicks to Lopez. Inside. That shot missing. And the 76ers go the other way with it. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Korkmaz. Now here's Bledsoe. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Looking for Korver. He gets it there. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. Now Burke. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well. Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017. And in fact, people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess.
Well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in there.
All right, we'll put him in there.
Technically.
I think if you come out of a year rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially from about 03 to 07, 08, we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row, and you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstars.
Right. And you saw, in 06, the Pistons, remember they were on pace to win 70 games. They had 4 All-Stars. The league just wasn't that good. And now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, we're just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at this 17 class, Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be All-Stars too.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks. Now, here's Burke. And slam dunk by Burke.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Give the loose D an assist on that one. Get a body on him.
And to Kumbo.
Yeah, the ball handling and body control for a guy that's Giannis's height, it's really impressive.
The 76ers trail by 8. Pass to Embiid. Back to Burke. Lets it go from deep. That's good, and that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game. Hey, Bill, watching the evolution of the Sixers team, you know, they've talked about the process. That was how they kind of labeled what they're doing right now, what they have done to get to this point.
The Celtics, I think if you were talking about the process, the Celtics did a better version of it. They built arguably a better base of young players. The biggest thing with Philly was that the Joel Embiid draft was where they got lucky because he was going to be the first pick of that draft. He got hurt in a workout maybe 5 or 6 weeks before the draft, falls to 3. And if that doesn't happen, they don't have the Embiid-Simmons combo. Instead, they have Andrew Wiggins, and we're not deifying Sam Hinkie.
Richardson with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Passes it to Harris. Back to Horford. Over Bledsoe. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Bucks leading by 6. Floats one up, and the layup is good. Bledsoe's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
Philadelphia's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Harris outside. Takes the 3. Lopez grabs the board.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now here's Richardson. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now here's Burke, guarded by Bledsoe, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
He was hoping to avoid a 3rd foul before the breaker. Now he might have to sit out until halftime.
Simmons checked in for the 76ers. Bucks leading by 8. And Zo Antetokounmpo looking over it. He makes his 10th basket of the night from the field. He has missed 2 shots from the floor.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react. And let's check out some stats for Al Horford. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 13 points a game last season. 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Guys, he's a difference maker off the bench. Steps into that front court and more than holds his own.
Well, it's his willingness to bang down low or move opponents off the block. Those are valuable contributions.
Now here is Harris. Embiid trying to break loose. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Harris.
But you got to respect how much Harris hustles out there. He earns every rebound he gets.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Simmons against Bledsoe. And Simmons kicks to Horford. Here's Embiid up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Proving how legitimate of a threat he is inside. I mean, once Embiid gets it this close, it's all but over.
Bledsoe with it. Out guarded by Simmons. Antetokounmpo against Harris. Here's Lopez. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Horford. Here's Harris. He's got 9. Over to the wing. Takes a 3. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Al Horford.
Excellent job by Horford to shoot that as soon as he caught it. Just outstanding at giving the D no time to react.
Antetokounmpo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Harris. For Milwaukee, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
First free throw is good.
And really, the ceiling for Antetokounmpo is limitless. I mean, he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer one day.
Hill, he's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. And so here is Philadelphia. They trail by 7. Simmons finds Richardson, and here's Embiid. Now here's Simmons. He's got 8. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists tonight. Milwaukee leading by 5. Outside Hill to the inside and stolen by Harris. Here's Simmons, and he banks in the layup. Simmons got 10 points in the game.
It's easy to be in awe of this guy, Kevin. I mean, Simmons, he's just showing superb balance on the drive despite getting hit.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
He is dominating this quarter. He sees a soft spot in the D, and he's attacking it.
Milwaukee shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. The Bucks second.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Now here is Hill. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Simmons. Dishes it to Embiid. Off the mark, only his second miss in 7 attempts. Antetokounmpo against Harris. Now here's Antetokounmpo. D right on him. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Always full of terrific insights. Bill Simmons, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. My insights, thank you as well.
And, Greg, how much fun is it to have Bill with us? Such a prominent voice in sports journalism and never afraid to speak his mind.
You know, oftentimes when you gain popularity, you become a little more conservative, a little more reserved, but not Bill. That's why he's maintained such a tremendous following.
Hit his foot, and the ref saying he kicked it. James Ennis, he'll check in for the 76ers. Korkmaz comes in for Josh Richardson. The Bucks also changing it up. Lopez comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Matthews. There's 53 seconds left here in the second. Simmons against Hill. Lock at 6. Lets it go from deep. But they get it back. Out left to the wing. Now here's Ennis. Antetokounmpo defending. Ennis, good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Now guarded by Ennis. And that one, good. And the Bucks lead by 10.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Hill against Simmons. Kicks to Harris. Here's Horford. No good on the last second attempt there.
Scrappy nature of Lopez is one of his best attributes. He doesn't give up anything easy to shooters.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 32 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
Well, a specific thing that impresses me about Giannis, the ground he covers in just a couple of steps. Uses his length and speed to get up and down the floor, get to the rim. Very difficult for anyone to keep up with him, as we saw in the first half. I don't believe this guy's a 7-foot point guard.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter is set to begin in just a few.
The beautiful skyline of downtown Philadelphia, all lit up, dressed up, and ready to go. Preseason in the NBA, and it's great to have you with us. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
And as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Seems like he had enough dunks in the first half to last him for the next 2 or 3, 4, 5 games.
Always a joy to get a sneak peek of the NBA season ahead as we get back to the action. Harris is out there with Horford. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Embiid in its center. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. When it came to a big man's responsibilities, you helped pave the way for so much change in that regard. But what are some of the big C-Web now doing that weren't done when you were playing?
I don't know, Kevin, if it was anything that they weren't doing, but it's the freedom to do it with consistency. So even if we talk about a Larry Bird, who only could shoot maybe a 3.5 a game, let's just round it up to 2 threes a game. Well, now, what if Larry Bird had the freedom to shoot 10 threes a game like guys do now? And so I think that the game has caught up with players' skill set as opposed to the skill set catching up with players' games. So no longer are you held to being a big man. Now you can be a basketball player, and being a basketball player for Dirk Nowitzki is much better than him being a big man. Dirk Nowitzki, being a basketball player that he is, means that he is a threat wherever he is on the floor, because he's not just limited to a 2-foot box space there in the post. And for defenders like myself, I would much rather Dirk Nowitzki have to stay 2 feet in the post than to be able to shoot the ball whenever, wherever he wanted to. Because I tell you what, now you got a problem, because he can knock it down from anywhere and everywhere that he wants to.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo, and it's sent back by Horford. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Monday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And looking at the Wizards matchup, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
And he makes the first.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupations.
And he makes both free throws. And here is Simmons. He's got 12. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Harris kicks to Horford. Pass to Simmons. Now the dish to Richardson. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists in the game. And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
And here's Embiid. Following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton, Embiid kicks to Simmons. Here's Horford. Again, Philadelphia.
Well, the reason Horford is scoring the ball at a consistent clip, it's because of his shot selection. Efficient. He's so good at taking his time and letting the game come to him naturally.
Now here's Middleton. 8 points for him. Bledsoe outside. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Horford.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Simmons dishes to Embiid. It's good. And now just a 1-point Milwaukee lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Antetokounmpo against Harris. Lopez outside. No good on the triple.
They're having trouble getting going here in the second half. I mean, that's their 4th miss in 5 attempts.
Harris looking it over. To the middle for the lead. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist from Harris. And that's now 18 points for Horford.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Simmons against Bledsoe to the inside. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's Horford. Again, Philadelphia.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Bucks trail by 3. Now Bledsoe. 6 points for him. He kicks it to Antetokounmpo. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 5 assists tonight. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Harris outside. He's looking for Richardson and finds him. And that one is good. Richardson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. To the paint, and stolen by Richardson. To the middle. Count it, and the foul. It goes on Chris Middleton.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
For Philadelphia, they have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on. Some changes for Philadelphia. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Horford. T comes in for Josh Richardson, and Trey Burke subbed in for Simmons. Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks. Korver comes in for Wesley Matthews. That's good from Harris. You know, C-Web, every player wants to play in a system where what they do best is always highlighted. It brings out their strong points. What are some of the plays or actions that best suited your skills when you play?
One of the things that I needed was a great point guard. So whether it was Rod Strickland whether it was Avery Johnson in Golden State, of course my man Jay Will, and that was guys that could get me the ball, that would trust, that would throw it up. Also, then that I could handle the ball, draw a double team, and get it out to them, and they could knock down the shot. Having a great shooter like Apasia would allow me to grab a double team and look for him on the opposite side. So I needed teams that had great ball movement, that had players that could knock down the open shot, and then a team that could run would allow me to push the break or allow me to fill in the break and kind of do everything. Teams that would allow me to be positionless and not just be rigid or old in their ways and say we play old traditional basketball that doesn't allow anyone to flourish with what they've been working on in the offseason.
Milwaukee with the ball. 76ers getting the bucket. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Offline with his three. The 76ers leading by 4. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Harris against Antetokounmpo. And it's Harris off the drive. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Oh, you love the use of the mid-range jumper from Harris. Just takes his time and makes sure he's in rhythm before releasing his shot.
Harris against Antetokounmpo. Over Harris. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Antetokounmpo.
Too bad this scoring hasn't been contagious. I mean, they'd be in much better shape if a few of their other guys could pick up some slack.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He has 40. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. 5 to shoot, and it's good. 2 points. 8 points for Brook Lopez.
Only so much you can do. Sometimes guarding Lopez inside is an impossible task.
And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. The lead is 2. There's the pass to O'Quinn. And Kyle Korver picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Robin Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. Embiid with it. 17 points in the game. Just 5 to shoot. Here's T. No good with the triple.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
No, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 8. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Burke. Takes a shot at the elbow. Good on the jump shot. Burke's got 11.
Yeah, no, almost any player left that wide open is going to bury that shot. This is the lead. That's poor defensively.
Lopez kicks to Antetokounmpo. Count it. Good. Antetokounmpo's got 44.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Here's O'Quinn. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
That lead's only going to keep growing if he keeps shooting like he has so far.
And without a doubt, the voice of this team, the face of this franchise, is center Joel Embiid. Chris, he's embraced it from the beginning.
The 76ers knocked it out the park when they took the risk of drafting Embiid. To have a star like Embiid be so personable, it's rare. I mean, he's practically the voice of the city at this point.
And that one misses.
Oh, yeah, Cal. And there's no question, when Embiid is healthy, he's a problem. I mean, a versatile, confident big man with a high ceiling.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now ending the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Here's Burke following the basket by George Hill. Burke, Embiid trying to break loose. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Yep, it counts. Antetokounmpo's got 46 points.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Burke kicks to O'Quinn. Pass to Embiid. Back to O'Quinn. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the elbow. It's tipped. Here's Antetokounmpo. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Passes it to Korkmaz. Embiid trying to break loose. Korkmaz, no good. Well, the Bucks shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. To the paint for the lead. It counts, and the foul. It's going to go on Trey Burke.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint. Now, you look at George Hill's game, and he doesn't wow you in any way, but he's a complete basketball player. Strong outside shooter, but might be most valuable defensively.
One shot, gentlemen.
Often regarded as one of the best defensive guards in the league.
And with Hill and his defense, perhaps what is best about it is that he can guard Greg both guard positions, and that makes him valuable.
Yeah, and that flexibility gives a coach and his lineup so much leeway. Hill has a great wingspan, about 6'9", and can be very disruptive defensively. Very good at fighting through screens to stick with his assignments as well.
And Milwaukee has possession. Philadelphia able to drain the three to the left wing. Connaughton kicks to Ilyasova. 13 feet away. Lopez, no luck.
Almost every look he gets inside is a good one, but the D hangs in there and makes it a tough one.
Simmons against Ilyasova. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Hill. And here's the fast break.
76ers foul. Ben Simmons. That's his second personal foul.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, a rock solid 79%.
2 shots.
Free throw drops for Hill.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
And the 76ers making a change here. Richardson's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Middleton's checked in. Both free throws good from Hill.
And think about, Kevin, this talented 76ers team. Coach Brown helped shape and form the core of this roster. I mean, he's come up with the group much as they have grown under him.
Yep, that one goes. Simmons got it all tied up now for the 76ers.
And you see how comfortable Simmons is. I mean, he has the size and touch to be effective down there.
Here's Connaughton. Richardson cover. Really left alone that time. And that's 11 points for Chris Middleton. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Now, here's Richardson. 5 points in the game. Kicks to Simmons. Over Hill. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great vision. He's a gifted passer. Has his finger on the pulse of this offense.
Thanks for being with us as we get going here once again. A preview of the upcoming NBA season ahead. On the floor for Milwaukee, starting the fourth quarter. Chris Middleton is out there with Robin Lopez. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard. Korver, no luck.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
No, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Now, here's Richardson. From past the arc, the basket good off the assist from Simmons. Richardson's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the 76ers. And the Bucks with possession. Korver kicks to Middleton. Sinks that one from the post. And the Bucks lead by 2.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
Well, yeah, you want to save your best for last. The guys on these teams know that.
Now, here's Richardson. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
And here are the 76ers now. Fires from 14 and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
Now here's Lopez. Middleton right side. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Lopez. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Philadelphia. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando.
And you know, for that Pistons game, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Now here's Simmons to take the lead, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, think back to when Ben Simmons was first drafted as the top pick in 2016. Everyone knew he could be a playmaker as a small forward, but really, he functions fully as a point guard when he's out on the floor.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And Chris, Simmons, a player that almost transcends the traditional basketball positions.
Now, he's a playmaker, plain and simple. He has the height and vision and skill to line up anywhere. Simmons, he could be viewed as a generational talent when it's all said and done.
Well, see, Webb, there were a ton of huge personalities on this 76ers team, from the stars right on down to the rotation players.
Well, it starts with the Embiid. You know, he's talking junk out there. Think about the quiet swagger that Simmons plays with. This group genuinely get along, and they play for each other. The trials they went through to get here as a core, they should have all the confidence in the world.
So it's the Bucks now. Here's Connaughton. Richardson covering. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation.
And the reach of Simmons, I mean, coming into play on these blocks, you got to be careful shooting around this guy.
And Josh Richardson at the University of Tennessee was a pre-med student, plans on becoming a surgeon. But when the NBA became a possibility, he said he had to switch to an easier major.
And instead of spending 4 hours a day studying, he put that time into the gym. A terrific defender in college, was the two-time All-SEC defensive player. And with the newfound focus on basketball, he has blossomed as a scorer.
And the first one at the line is good. A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez comes in for Robin Lopez. And Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Pat Connaughton. And he makes the first but misses the second.
And Chris Middleton, 2 seasons ago, tore his hamstring completely off the bone. I mean, he's come back and hasn't missed a beat. One of the most well-rounded players you'll see.
Korver, no luck.
Well, this has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Richardson, good.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. And Chris Middleton with maybe, Greg, his best season yet in 2017-18.
It just seems like he gets better every year. Former second-round pick, now all-star caliber. He's worked extremely hard, stayed in the lab, and now we're seeing the results.
Eric Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate, lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Harris comes in for Korkmaz.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And finished off by Horford.
Oh, don't get in his way. Horford not to be denied when he gets in that close.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Simmons against Bledsoe. They double team Bledsoe. Just 5 on the clock. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Philadelphia with the ball. For Philadelphia, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And Simmons kicks to Richardson. Pass to Embiid. Stolen by Middleton. Down low, deflects the pass, and stolen by Richardson. And here they go. Ben Simmons gets the bucket. And the 76ers lead by 2.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Greg, this game has come to life. They're out there battling now. We can see this in the first half.
Now here's Bledsoe.
Looking to make an impact from there. Lopez knows it's his job to capitalize from this area.
76ers have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Kyle Korver. Milwaukee on D. Here's Harris. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. Over Harris to the middle. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 6 assists now in the game. Simmons on the wing. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Simmons got 9 points here in the second half. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Horford. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Richardson against Matthews. Back to Embiid.
And when Lopez is locked in on defense, it helps. I mean, look, you'd love to see this more often.
Feeds it to Matthews. That one falls. Matthews has got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Inside, Horford. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Keep him away from the basket.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Al Horford.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He said we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
All right, thank you, David.
They came close there to tying it up.
That was a really important possession, especially at this stage of the game. Painful miss.
Now here is Harris. Embiid in the corner. Puts it up. Again, Philadelphia.
Shots like this demonstrate why people are excited about Embiid. I mean, he has no fear catching this shit.
Simmons against Bledsoe. The kick out to Lopez. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around, and the Bucks miss again.
Not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
Richardson against Bledsoe. Shot clock at 5. Simmons inside the line, and it's off the back rim. No good. Bucks trail by 4. Here's Antetokounmpo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
At the line for Bucks, Giannis 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
He doesn't get the second one. Well, with Embiid, the only thing that is going to slow him down, or has slowed him down so far, C-Webb, is injuries.
You know, people forget that Embiid would have been the top pick in his draft if he was fully healthy. I mean, too often do great big men have their careers derailed because of injuries. Embiid, though, I think Embiid has overcome his rough patch of health. I mean, I think he's going to be a monster as long as he stays on the floor.
Here's Middleton. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And the rejection by Embiid.
You got to be careful around Embiid. When he's around, he's capable of coming up with these blocks.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Tobias Harris. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Oh, wow. And Harris is a guy that really offers a ton of versatility. He can play both forward spots and is an efficient scorer from just about anywhere.
And Harris drops them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Richardson. Puts it up from 12. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. And the 76ers lead by 9. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for Milwaukee. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
At the line for Bucks, Eric Bledsoe. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. Philadelphia leading by 7. Simmons on the wing. Over Bledsoe. Off the left rim and out.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and he throws the shot off.
And Matthews kicks to Middleton. Simmons against Bledsoe. Shot clock at 6. Over Simmons. Shot's good by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 7 now in this quarter.
Yeah, clutch basket, even with him being on the short end of the stick, size-wise.
He's going to take that shot no matter who's on him. He wants the ball in those situations.
Now here's Simmons. Over Bledsoe. No good from Simmons.
Well, that's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there. They can't keep doing that.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Shooting from Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo. At the line for
2 shots.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
They double him with Matthews. Richardson against Matthews. Here's Embiid. Buries it down low. Embiid's got 10 points here in the second half.
I like seeing Embiid rise to the occasion. He knows how to capitalize during important stretches of games.
Again, what an avalanche! That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Simmons passes to Embiid. Out to Harris. All sorts of time. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Wow, and slowly but surely, Harris is learning what it takes to become a leader. When this team needs him to step up, he has no issue dominating crucial possessions. Well, he caught him in stride with the lead pass. Now that was timing.
Philadelphia leading by 3. The pass to Embiid. The feed to Richardson. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Milwaukee with the ball. Bucks trail by 3. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And no good. Some solid defense from Harris. Simmons finds Harris, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons.
Oh, no, don't tell me. He just didn't do that, did he? A critical point of the game. He makes just about the worst mistake possible.
There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Harris. It's good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Well, guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man his props.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, will be headed to the free throw. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Harris, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
At the line for 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 2 here. All free throws good from Antetokounmpo. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bucks passing it around. Matthews, no one around him. It's in! Simmons feeling it out a bit. He kicks to Embiid. Over Lopez. It falls!
Bona fide star in this league. Embiid knows his teammates look to him to deliver in the clutch.
So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You got to love being on edge of